down, and with me, she's standing. So watch what I'm going to do to get her to sit up, okay? I'm going to sit. So here, with this leash on, the same principle is going to apply. I'm going to start applying pressure. Oh. Good.
Oh, she does not do that for me.
Okay, we're going to make her do that for you, yes?
I push on her butt, or she just lays down.
Okay, so she's being, it might not be that she's being cowardice there or cowardly, it might be that she's just being disobedient. I might be misreading it, yeah? So look, so watch, I'm not gonna tell her to stay, so I'm going to move the chair out of the way.
She does good at that.
Yeah, she's awesome. Man, like I'm telling you, I was so proud of that day at the train, yeah? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
She's good at staying.
Oh my goodness.
Unless there's food.
Okay, we'll work on that, yes. And she's very food motivated. So keeping the food motivation high is good right now, right? So now watch. So I'm going to touch her. We're going to start walking. Good, good, good. Good. Good, Mama. Good. Good. She's not behaving like I thought. I thought she was going to be terrified. Your dog hated to train, by the way. You know, initially she was so terrified of being, and then if my dogs were whining or barking, she'd be scared. She's doing so great.
So I put because you had told me to do the leash inside.
Good.
She flipped out on me. The moment I put it on her, she was
And still,
crawling all over the floor trying to get away.
we'll still do that now?
So freaked out. I've only done it twice.
Okay.
Both times she acted that way, but then she got into it. I just started making circles in the house,
Okay.
moving around and stuff.
So you can work her in the house now?
And she did better,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm proud of you for not giving up.
Oh,
Because
yeah, no.
that's what she did to me here. And you gotta understand that, like, I gotta be careful because there's only so much yelling I can do before, you know, somebody might get upset.
Yeah.
And they think the dog's being tortured when the dog just flipped being dramatic.
No,
For
yeah,
no
she
reason,
was
yeah.
just being
Just being
dramatic.
dramatic, cause look, right? So again, she's holding her stay really good, and her sit really good. I'm hoping that she doesn't sit. I'm hoping she lays down so I can show you what I'm going to do, right? So look, I'm gonna make her walk. I'm gonna go stop, good. So she knows. Because I'm not even working her on the training collar. I got her on a slip lead. It's a good idea. You can get these at Tractor Supply, by the way. It's a good idea to own one of these. They're like $15, yeah? You can get them at Tractor Supply, you can get them online, but they're a Remington leash, it's a rope lead. Especially with a dog like her that might get, because with a dog like her, like if you're taking her to a new place, she might be a little bit intimidated and might want to slip out or buck a little bit too hard, like what you just described. Better she be on this so that she doesn't hurt herself inadvertently or slip out and run off of you.
Okay.
Okay, so again, she's really good on her stays. I'm not gonna make her go back there again. So again, hoping to get her to lay down, yeah? So watch. And again, because of her, good Mama, because of how,
She's being perfect.
she's been good, huh? And look, and it's not because you're here, because if I was at your home, she's gonna be really good there too, yeah? And so keep in mind any discrepancies between the way she's listening to you and I'd be willing to bet, I don't know how often your husband works with her, and I'll be honest again, him is the least important person. Because if he works, if he's the only one that works her, he's gonna do awesome for him, she's gonna do awesome for him, but not for anybody else.
I do way more.
If you're working, see, if you work her, she's gonna automatically listen to daddy. So in fact, the day I dropped her off, she did better actually for both of you than she did for me, and she did great for your husband too.
Very
She
good
did,
for him.
because she's just gonna be like, and maybe she feels emboldened by him, you know, he's big, yeah, tall. So, and she did really good for you as well. So,
She
she did
protected
fantastic.
him one day.
That's awesome. So see, we're not
Pizza
so.
man came in the driveway, and they were just out in the shop,
Oh,
and he
okay,
was
goosebumps.
working, and she was just out there, you know, with him, just playing in
Yay!
the shop.
Yeah.
And the pizza man pulled up. She didn't bark once. She walked up to his car door and stood there.
Like brave.
Like, I dare
That's
you to get
awesome.
out. Yes,
Awesome.
and my husband was just,
Yeah.
good lady, you know,
Yeah, good lady,
just
bud.
told her
Give me
how
the
good she
goosebumps.
was. And the pizza man,
Mhm.
so he finally called her over and was like, it's okay, when he got out. And my husband was like, hey, that was pretty badass,
Yeah,
right?
man, I'm
And he
proud
was
of
like,
her.
I wasn't getting out of the car.
Yeah.
She didn't even bark though. I mean, no barking.
That's
I'm
awesome,
surprised.
yeah.
So she barks a lot outside.
Yeah, and again, barking oftentimes is a sign of being a little afraid. Yeah, because you're alerting, you're sounding an alarm, right? Not in every case. Sometimes it can be frustration, but this is what I'm talking about. See, this is why I didn't want to be too hard on your girl. This is why I appreciate your patience. I didn't want to just. How many people tell me, yo, you don't do a 2-week program, a 2-week? Listen, I can't imagine how anybody could have made much progress with her in 2 weeks. Like, that's why I just kept her. I let her be good. This is why I haven't given her one command, by the way. She's just gonna listen, yeah? So this is, and listen, do you know why this is important? Because when she's afraid, she'll have this to fall back on. And I've been waiting for her to lay down. That was the biggest problem I was having with her. But I remember telling you guys that she'll lay down on me a lot, which I don't like. She's not laying down at all. She's very confident with me. So I kind of need her to lay down so I can show you what I would do. But if she doesn't lay down, I'm just gonna show you and then I'm gonna have you handle her. So the way I would make her pop up is whenever you come to a stop, if she lays all the way down, I would, as you're standing in place, I would rock forward. But I'm going to stay in the same spot. I'm going to make it seem as if I'm walking ahead, but I'm actually going to stay in my same spot. So I'm basically just, in essence, going to do this and that. You see how it made her pop up? So if she's laying down, okay, and she lays down on me,
She's gonna get ready.
I thought she was, yeah, she getting ready to walk. She lost. And really quickly, so earlier when you were telling the story, and you said, good ladybug, she's looking at you and she's like trying to figure out what was so good that she did that made you mark her. Or made you, that's awesome. Because you're doing a good job with like the good work theory, you're following along, your dog is being conditioned really well. She's gonna be awesome. She's gonna be awesome. But she still has to come back.
We try to stay honest. The only thing is, we wish that we could like sit in the living room and just tell her sit.
Yeah, well, you're gonna get there.
And she just hasn't quite clicked on, because we don't have to command her as much.
Right. So we're gonna get her there, but see, some of that stuff in the future, I'll be honest with you, is going to require potentially punishing her for not doing it. So you wanna avoid that right now. The reality of it is that you can imprint a dog, like what we're doing right now, creating a habit so that they naturally do behave. Like for example, my own dogs, if I'm hanging out with them while I'm watching TV and I'm in the house, if I glance at them, if I happen to turn and I glance at them, they're gonna sit the moment we make contact. Do you see what I mean? So they're gonna behave like service dogs. So they're gonna be anticipating behaviors. And believe it or not, I'm not a big fan of giving dogs commands just because. Just like, I don't feel like you guys give your boy commands for no reason. You know what I mean? I feel like you guys are good with your boy. Like he seems confident, and he's like moving around. You're not bossing him around. So we also want to be careful of not bossing the dog around because then we dampen them. The more you boss the dog around, the less likely the dog is going to want to protect you. It'd be the same way with if
So
you
my
were married to
3-year-old
somebody who was less permissive.
Or my 4-year-old, he's almost 4. He wants a trick dog.
Cool.
And so he tries to show her off. And so he tries to tell her to sit and to show people, look what my dog
Let's
is
do
doing."
it.
And he's proud. You
Well,
know?
let's do it. Like, he can come to class too, by the way, unless he's at
okay.
school. But yeah, like, I even asked Oscar, I said, hey, was her son with him? That'd be perfect if he was there. So during our classes, by the way, I'll teach him how to teach her tricks. We can teach her to play dead, bang,
Oh, yeah.
shake, and we use treats. And
Yeah.
he'll be okay. We give him a treat. You know what I mean? Like,
That's something is you forgot the treats whenever you had dropped
oh
off.
my God. Okay.
And so I don't even know how to use, she's never had a treat since she's been home. We don't even know how to use them.
Okay. Well, that's what we should be working on today.
Okay.
But we're gonna focus on this issue right now, and then that's what we're gonna have to follow up on
Okay.
for sure. Yeah. Okay. So that's awesome. That's awesome, guys. We can do that with your boy for sure. That'll make them bond. It'll make them be
Okay.
good. And those are like playful things.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and let me tell you the secret to that right now. She knows what sit means. So right now, if you do tell her, or if your boy tells her sit and she doesn't do it, one of you need to go and push her butt down.
That's what we do.
Perfect. That's gonna create the habit. So look, you can teach a dog to sit and then eventually put them on an e-collar, put them 50 yards away from you, tell them to sit. When they don't, shock them until they sit, they'll understand, oh, he can punish me from that distance. Or you can take a little bit more time, possibly 3 times as long, depends on every dog. Teach the dog to sit, and then from 50 yards away tell the dog to sit, and when the dog doesn't sit, walk towards the dog and push the dog's butt down. Eventually, both are going to create the response that you want.
Right.
The
We
e-collar,
actually just ordered a shock collar.
okay, so the e-collar is gonna make it happen a lot faster,
Yeah.
but listen guys, it's not the right time to use it yet, and
We
again,
haven't.
let me do that with you guys, yes?
Okay.
I mean, in fact, that might be one of those things that we reserve for her first day with me,
Okay.
yeah? Because look, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, if she was my dog, there would be no need for the e-collar, she's gonna, I mean, unless she runs up to you right now, yes? She more than likely could be good, yes? Is going to respond, and watch. If I want her to work for me off the lead, I'm just going to force her to do it. Look, she's standing here, I'm going to step towards her. This dog is big. She got big. She got big. So look, I'm standing here, I'm gonna, good, look, I'm gonna step in her, good. So you see? So believe it or not, my stepping into her is the command for SIT. So when I stepped into her, had she not pushed her butt down, I was gonna push her butt down. So now if I stand here, now look, she's not gonna be perfect because she's a baby. She's just big, so it's hard to remember she's a baby. She's
Only
big.
6 months.
And then she's wearing her big girl shirt. So look, so this is what she got up to look. Good. And still being kind to her. I'm not being mean, yeah? I'm making her understand what I want. Now look, I'm gonna touch her here. Good, you good? Look, oh, good, you good? Good, you good? Good, you good? Good. Good, you good? Look, we're starting off. Good, you good? Oh my goodness. Good. Good shit. How smart. Good. Good. Oh my goodness, how smart. Look. Good. Now look. Here, good. I'm gonna start walking this way. Good, and look, I'm gonna touch. Good. So the first one walking, good. Good, little pat. Oh my goodness. Oh, smart. Good. 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 That's how you have to start off. If I was in your big old yard, or I've been in your house, yours is massive. Or in my yard, it'd be tough because she can bolt. But I have control right now. So you start doing things, again, I haven't given her any commands necessarily. Just making her, dude, that dog's got a thick chest though. She's like this.
And she don't eat as much anymore either.
What? This dog is have a voracious appetite. So look, no commands yet. Oh, she's not making a mistake, but look. Good. You notice how, now with some dogs, the appropriate thing to do would be to make the look like sound there. Ooh, so watch. Watch how I'm gonna handle this, yes? So look, the claw. And now look, if she was a more dominant dog, I'd be making more eye contact, but because she's not, look how I'm walking. Look, I'm gonna grab right here, and look. Look how I'm grabbing, yes? And look. Good. I didn't go all the way back because I don't want to stress her too much. To her, she feels like she's in the exact same distance, and then I'm standing here with her. And now look. Go bananas. Oh my goodness. What a good go bananas. Right? So, now, did she start acting like that because my dog started getting frustrated? Maybe. But the fact of the matter was, I didn't let her break her stay. I made her come right back. That's what, no better. This is the reason. Because if by chance she's nervous right now, you're encouraging nervousness. So remember, we ignore cowardly behavior. No ma'am. We ignore cowardly, oh my goodness. We ignore cowardly behavior, yeah? And we only pay attention to good behavior. Listen, in theory, every time my dog there barks, I haven't had her very long, I didn't raise her. She kind of go bad, and she's pregnant, she's hungry. So, this is the thing, is every time she barks, even if I haven't had her long enough for her to understand negative attention. So if I look at her and I say the word no, it doesn't mean anything to her. It's actually a reward, so I'm making a mistake.
Because you're noticing her.
Yeah, and that's what she wants.
Yeah.
And no matter what, right? I want his attention over hers no matter what. That's when she started getting pumped up, when I started baby talking her. Do you see what I mean? So now we're gonna have you work with her a little bit. I'm gonna have you. They will be very happy that you're here. So look, you see this collar here?
Yes.
So I'm gonna squeeze these two.
Right.
And then you take off and you're gonna push up.
Okay.
What a pretty girl. Okay, so look, okay, so perfect. Will you stand back where you were at, please? All right, so look, give her a little bit of slack. So really quickly, see, I'm gonna be hardcore with you, yeah? She disobeyed you there. Because remember what I said? Remember how when she was off the video, she sat down? That's what you need with her. See, your son needs to be able to walk up to her and maybe like stand next to her and her sit down.
Gotcha.
What you need, yeah? So, right there, when you get to her, she immediately started pushing that butt on the ground. You should have started applying a little bit of pressure to make her do it. Because you saw it firsthand, she knows that.
She does, yeah.
Okay? So very good. Now step into her now, please. And look, as you start stepping in, start applying pressure. She's aware of it. Man, you're doing a great job. Good job. You're doing a great job. No, don't use your hand anymore. Just keep applying pressure. She's distracted by Oscar, but this is perfect. There, let it go. So let me explain. Please don't take this the wrong way. So, I wasn't expecting Oscar to walk in here, right? Walk right in here, right? He didn't even knock. I'm joking, I don't want to knock. Good job, Oscar. So he walked in at that's where I live for those moments. Because that's a moment where the dogs are gonna mess up. We need the dog to mess up, believe it or not. And the more the dog messes up with you guys, see, when she comes back, I don't want her to mess up. I want her to do good with every challenge I give her. Messes up on the challenges I give her, she stays longer. When she's with you, you need her to mess up. I'm sorry, man. Looks like I'm scolding you. How dare you? No, but you need her to mess up. So like right now, when you step into her, the dog starts making the Oscar comes. A lot's going on, yeah. That's exactly when we need to apply that pressure to make her do it. Yes. So let's look for those moments.
That's my learning moments.
Yes, ma'am. Pressure, please. Good morning. See, the only issue there is you weren't being stern enough.
Felt like I was going hard already.
Oh, you're a sweetheart, yeah. See, and that's good that you're not having to handle her so hard, but no ma'am. She knows what's happening. She's just being defiant. For lack of a better term, she's being a little defiant there, okay? So you're doing good. You handle that very, very, very well. All right, go ahead and touch her, please.
Do what?
Touch her, please. And then start to walk with her. Good. Keep walking. Good job. Lower your hands a little bit, please. You're doing great. Turn. Any direction that you want to. Go to the center of the room, please, and then come go stop and let me see how she does. When you slow down, come go stop, please. Okay, so you see how she's turned around there on you?
I would usually follow her.
You're doing good. But see, and she's probably thinking this is the routine. So what I want you to do, you did really good there, by the way. Okay? What I want you to do though, is I want you to walk around with her, and then when you come to a stop, so when I tell you to slow down is because I'm going to ask you to stop. So when I ask you to slow down, start slowing down. And as you slow down, I want you to start throttling. So I want you to start pulling up pressure on the leash so when you come to take that last step, she physically can't get ahead of you. It's going to make her glide in the sit. But she's not doing that with me, and I'm not thinking she's being disobedient. I think that's just what she thinks. I think that's how y'all dance.
Okay.
That's what she thinks, yes? Which is cool and everything, but that gets in the way. You come to a stop, at a street, at the end of the street, the curb, and she gets in front of you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Want her at your side, yeah? She's in the way. Man, that dog's got a thick neck. I don't know if it's that shirt, but that dog's got a thick old neck on her. Looks like she's got massive
My head
traffic
is so
rules.
little for it.
I think her head's a nice size, yeah, but that neck is massive. I think it's a t-shirt. Okay, she's doing great. She hasn't laid down on you yet. I need to show you how to make it pop up, but she's not doing it. This is great. Okay, go ahead and touch her, please, and start to walk. If she doesn't immediately start walking with you, you're going to give her a little nip. Start to walk, please. Did you get? Ooh, that was perfect. Perfect. Turn to your right, please. Good. Turn to your right again. Come toward me, please. Go to the left. I'm trying to trick both of you. Dang, that dog's doing good. Slow down. Come to a stop. You nailed it! Okay, only thing you're doing wrong now is you're still applying pressure. Oh, there you go. You're doing good. Step into her, please. That was perfect. You did that really well. So you see, as you start to slow down, start applying pressure so she physically can't get ahead of you.
She does do that a lot.
And that's not disobedience. That's just what she's thinking you want.
Okay.
You see what I mean? This is just how she thinks y'all are holding hands. So we need to change that. Okay?
So once I start applying pressure at home, just take 1 or 2 more steps and then stop.
Yeah, you know what I do? So like when I'm walking, when I'm gonna come to a stop, I'll slow down 50%, and then as I take the last step, my last step will be a little exaggerated, and I apply pressure as I take my final one. So I'll do, I'll be walking, and then I'll take one long step, and I apply pressure. So one long step as I apply pressure and come to a stop. And then you've seen for yourself, I don't have to do it anymore.
Okay.
Because it becomes a habit. Again, that is my biggest goal with dog training, is creating a habit, right? Because the reality of dog training is it's not as good as you think. Professional dog trainers' dogs probably don't even behave as good as she behaves. Listen, my dogs probably don't behave. She knows more than my dogs because I work with them, right? Nobody's paying me for those dogs. So this is the thing. The dog's doing really good, by the way. She's not, and I keep trying to talk to make her down. Right? But if she doesn't lay down, we're not gonna make her, because look, we're gonna be formally working on downstays, maybe her third stay. She might be 10 months by then, 11 months.
Okay. So what do I do when she lays down?
Okay, so I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna have to show you because she's not doing it, all right?
She does it at home, and it's not just a lay down, it's like a comfortable lay
A
down,
comfortable
like you're
down?
not getting me back
Okay,
up,
so
lay down.
look, that's too much. And maybe have your husband videotape it. And then
Okay.
see, does she do it for your husband or just you?
She's only recently been doing it the last week, so
Thank you. Okay, apply pressure. Look, apply pressure. Good job.
walk into her.
Yes, ma'am. Keep applying more pressure. Is she there? There's just not enough pressure being applied. That's much better.
Ooh. Yeah, I know.
That wasn't even
Not that
hard.
much.
Oh, but you're going to have to. Because if there's a lot going on, your pressure needs to start coming like
Okay.
firm. You see what I mean? Look, it's like if, let's say, you go to a family member's house and you don't want the kid to tell them your secrets, and the kids are saying, you pinch them under the table, that pinch might be a little harder. If you're really nervous about what you're about to say. You know what I mean?
Right.
If he's just gonna say something stupid, you're gonna be like, but he's about to say something real stupid. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're gonna start, right? So that same principle that applies with the dog, okay?
I don't know why I baby her more than I own my own kids.
Man, but look, I baby the dogs too. I baby
But I
talk
know
them.
she's
I'm
a
like,
baby.
she is baby.
So it's
hard to
hard,
remember
because
because
she's only
big.
6 months.
She's big. She's a baby. So you're handling her very well, okay? So to get her to pop back up,
Okay.
what we're going to have to do is very simple, right? So when she lays down, the moment she lays down, you're going to pat your left leg as you rock forward.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And look, as you rock forward, you're going to step back on this foot. So she's going to be laying down, she's going to get up to walk with you, and because you rock back, she's going to sit. And if she doesn't sit, you're applying your pressure.
Okay.
So basically what I'm going to do is this, yes, so if I'm here with the dog, I would do this.
Okay.
If you need to,
So pat too.
Yep.
Almost like, come on, but no. sit
yeah,
down.
yes ma'am. So just so you know, patting is the hand signal for heel. I haven't done that very much with her. Obviously, we have to do that when we start off the lead work,
Okay.
okay? So, she's adorable. Listen, she's acting,
Looking at
I
the
can't believe how
picture.
bold she's behaving.